Despite running a farmers' organization, Olga Nari does not own any land herself. A more than decade-long quest has failed to yield anything.
I've used every route. You have to go to the district office and apply. You have to keep note of your number that you applied with, and you have to keep knocking on that door. You have to go identify land that is not being utilized. Then you go back and tell them, okay, I've identified this land, I've applied, this is my number. How do I get it? I've followed every protocol, and up to today, 13 years later, I do not own land.
Most of the farmland redistributed during the land reforms was parceled out to men, although all of it remains state-owned.
The law says women can inherit agricultural land that was previously in the name of their spouse in the event of their death.
Things are tougher for rural women whose husbands own the land which they are disallowed from inheriting because it is transferred by lineage. Lawyers say awareness needs to be amplified.
Many times people let things be. If it's in the rural areas, if the family says, well, pack and go, you find that half the time perhaps women actually pack and go without anything. Not because the law is not giving some provision, but simply because they do not know how to activate it and where to go.
The patriarchal system has perpetuated the marginalization of women who, despite providing most of the labor in rural areas, have little say over how natural resources are utilized. As a result, they end up bearing the biggest brunt of climate change.
Women that are affected a lot by desertification directly are in communities. If they had the power and they had to make the decisions and they owned livestock, they would therefore control how the land or the rangeland is utilized. So that would actually reverse desertification faster.
Zimbabwean authorities have committed to a global push to advance land rights for women and girls. Farai Makutuya, CGTN, Harare, Zimbabwe.